Hello, good morning. So it's a cold, damp, wet start to November and nobody wants to come out to play. So Phil lives about half a mile that way. That's me, by the way, I'm Phil. And what I'm going to do on a cold, dark, miserable November, I'm going to start the Fred Perry Way. It starts here in North Reddish Park and it's a 14-mile route. You'll be able to see it there. It starts as a 14-mile route that runs from here down through into Stockport, through Offerton, Hazel Grove, finishes off in Woodley. So because it's cold, wet and miserable, I'm doing the Fred Perry Way because Fred Perry reminds me of summer because he was a tennis player, did really well in the Olympics, and we're actually going to walk past his house as well later on where he was born in Stockport. This is the start. Going very lightweight today, me, walking stick, and that's it. Let's see how far I can get before I give up. But this is the start of North Reddish Park and I literally live about half a mile away, so let's go and give it a go. We've just left North Reddish Park, which is there. But this is an interesting bit here. This is the old Stockport branch canal. Stood right on top of it here, that runs from the Ashton Canal right down to Nelstrop Flower down at Lancashire Hill. And it goes around the back, or used to go around the back of all these houses, down the back of the allotments, down in front of all of the mills. But yeah, we're not doing the Stockport branch today. I literally live just down the end of that road there. I should call home and get myself a flask, shouldn't I, for this cold weather. Not quite sure how or why we get a bed base just thrown in, but there we go. I'm going that way. There should be one on the other side. Elizabeth Mill, and just a bit further down is Holdsworth Mill. And Holdsworth Mill, when it was built, was the largest spinning cotton factory or cotton mill in the world, right here in Reddish. Absolutely amazing. We also got some great historical things from around here. I did a walk and a talk about this area. It's all heritage around here. It's all conservation area too. Absolutely amazing place. So just as a quick catch up on it, so we've got a school there, St Elizabeth School, the nursery. Got St Elizabeth Church, that's where I got married. Just behind it is the Working Men's Club. You've got the factories, you've got the green space. And this is all down to William Holdsworth, who created a massive boom for the area. And there's Holdsworth Mill. Superb big chimney. Mixture of residential and retail. And just behind it on the other side is Broadston Mill. I had my wedding pictures taken over there in the bowling green. Wow, look at this. Great memories. So yeah, I was stood here waiting patiently and nervous, waiting for my good bride to arrive. She never arrived, I got showering instead. walked through these doors and changed my life forever. Doffed my cap. How do, Philip? And then it was a short walk to the Working Men's Club next door. Yeah, just next door. Get married in there. Next door for the knees up. Hello, Mr. Fred Perryway. So we're on track. Now we're just heading up into Holdsworth Square, or Reddish Green. Walking into Holdsworth Square now. This is a memorial drinking fountain and clock that's here for this great man. Absolutely great. So you can see the church down there at the bottom in the mill, the Holdsworth Arms, and this is Holdsworth Square. We're at the back of the Holdsworth pub, and today is remember the 5th of November. So they're going to have their massive bonfire here tonight. It's always a great event. Always a good event to have in the area, in the community. Remember the 5th of November. Another great little bit of information for this station. This is Reddish South. There is literally only one train a week. I think it might be a Friday or a Saturday, and it just keeps it open as a parliamentary line. So far it's been pretty well signposted. I'm still in Reddish, over into Soth Reddish now, just coming down towards the bottom end of Greg Street. Thankfully the rain is just spitting a little bit. It does look a bit gloomy up front, so I'm hoping it stays off. Now heading down into another great little park, Soth Reddish Park. Bowling greens, play park, and of course the obligatory dogs. Well, I think I may have spoke a little bit too soon. I'm heading down that way, and it looks like the rain is coming for me. Hey ho, let's see how we get on. We're now down at Lancashire Hill in Stockport, and the tall flats, the big twin towers, they were built in the same year that I was born. They've had a facelift. This one doesn't need one. Yeah, we're heading down into Stockport now. The rain's starting to come. You can hear the motorway, and we're just coming down to one of my favourite places in Stockport, and it's a gift that we've given to somebody else, and they seem to claim it, but it's ours, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get down there. Bit of wild camping there. So that is the River Tame. A bit noisy because I'm just at the side of the M60 motorway. But if you can see at the back over there, that's Tesco's. Tesco's at Portwood. And when it was built, apparently it had the largest Tesco sign in the country. So we're full of it round here in Stockport. We are the first in quite a lot of things. And that's just the River Tame. We just walked over that bridge. It's flowing down here. And it has been as high as you can't see them other stones there. You can just see the brickwork. So it does get really, really deep. But this is our gift. This is what has been I love this little bit here. That's the Tame, and that's the Goit, and where they meet is here. And this is the birthplace of the River Mersey. This is where the River Mersey starts, and this is where Merseyside gets all of its claim for. So a guy's doing a bit of fishing down there. But yeah, this is the birthplace of the River Mersey, just here, and it heads its way down. And I love that it's ours, and it's a gift to those over there in Merseyside. So you don't need to say thanks, it's okay, we like giving you things. But this is it, the start of the River Mersey. So here is another little memorial to Stockport, which was the SS Stockport, and it was a little rescue boat that was used in the Second World War to rescue people. When the river gets really high, it actually washed away a lot of that banking on the other side. You see all the barricades over there, all that came down and collapsed. But I'll tell you about all of the guys who came to their untimely death. A really touching memorial. Although the ship wasn't from Stockport, it was just called SS Stockport. And we're heading out into Portwood to our left, Stockport Town Centre to our right. This is the Peel Centre in Stockport, and it is said to be one of the most aggressive parking fining places, I'm going to say, in the world, because there's so much controversy about how much time they give you for getting your tickets and stuff. But yeah, this place here, it's not a great place to park unless you're on the ball. Make a mistake, they will fine you. St Mary's Way. Oh, that was interesting. Just as I came over the bridge, I seen a little path which I thought was the one that I should have been on. But I took the wrong turn. I should have come out there, dropped down New Zealand Road. But just in a bit of a circle in there. Haven't got a clue. Anyway, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go down New Zealand Road just to come back up. That'll take us through Vernon Park. I'm up on the Turncroft Lane now, which takes us to the top of Vernon Park and Woodbank Park. So I've probably done my lap around that field. It's the same distance as going down and back up again. But all fun and games. So this is where it should have brought me out, at Vernon Park. I'm now heading over into Woodbank. They got the park run on as well today, so I'll try and keep away from them. So one of the great things about Woodbank Park is this memorial to the animals that fought in World War. It shows you all the different animals on the tree. So I've come off the path a little bit because I wanted to show you something really of a historical value, which is Manchester United used to have a massive training ground over at Carrington. You may know it or have heard of it, but obviously due to the last few years' performance, this is now their training ground, which probably explains a lot of why they're not doing too well. Yeah, I'm a blue. But on a serious side, that's a lot of land, a lot of good space gone to waste there. Nothing really of great importance to tell you about at this part of the walk. We've come out of Woodbank Park and we're just into various different housing estates, and they are all pretty nice. But we are in Offerton, which is some parts are really nice and some parts are not. But as soon as I see something else a bit interesting, I'll let you know. But I'm about 5.5 miles in, I think, 7 miles to go. So be about 5-6 miles in. And it looks like the weather is certainly going to be on my side for the rest of the walk. Fingers crossed. All I've got to do now is convince my wife to try and meet me at the end. Oh dear, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Didn't even know there was a fire station up here. So there you go. Some lovely autumn colours, and up in the distance there is one of our old walks. I think that's the top of Lime Park, over that way, but certainly one that we have walked up there. So we've just walked, that's the fire station there, just behind that building. That's going to be very handy for tonight, November the 5th. Ready for a bonfire. One of the downsides to walking, talking and videoing is you miss where you're going. I should have turned right over there, followed that path, but because I was chatting, I was talking about the fire station and the bonfire. I missed the turning, so I'm across this field which has got some very deep wet ruts in it. I'm trying to head your way back over to the path somewhere. It should be over here somewhere. Oh, that's a bit of a surprise. So I just walked out over the back there, which brought me out to Sainsbury's on the A6. So it's good getting out on these walks and finding routes and tracks that you never even knew existed. So this is now just going to take me across the A6 through on the back of Stepping Hill Hospital, I think. So we've got a few signs. Not sure. These will grow left and a right. I think we're going to go left and a right here. Check. Yeah, second one up Grosvenor Street. There you go. Okay, catch up with you soon. I'm hoping I can find somewhere to have a coffee, but not been lucky so far. So I better follow on from the theme of me and my history and being from around here. that there is Stepping Hill Maternity Hospital, and in one of those rooms my son was born. And my good lady, she doesn't hang around. She had 8 minutes in labour. Yeah, she didn't want to endure any more pain than that. 8 minutes was enough. But we got a beautiful bouncing baby boy called Alex. Woo woo! Those that know will know. There we are. More shattered dreams. I was hoping to get a brew, but it's not to be. So onward we go. Just another path around the back of some new houses. The back of Mersey's, if anybody knows that, used to be a, well, I think the factory's still there, but they sold off a lot of the land to build these new houses. Airplane engineering kind of place. So we're just heading up underneath the railway track next to a little brook. It's not very nice. Pretty clean water really, considering we've just had a bit of a deluge over the last couple of days. That's running pretty clear. Morning. Brought me down to some very nice houses down here. This is certainly where the money lies. Very nice. I love the old rustic feel to that. Very nice indeed. Brings you down to Bramall Golf Course. But we need to turn right down this little path here. No time for teeing off today. Bit of 2-stroke, bit of 4-star. This is the one of the fuel depots through this fence here. Up at the back of Bramall. But yes, this path has been a really good, joyous path to walk, I think. It's got a good mix of paths like this, little back streets, back alleys, out into some of the more open ones. There you can see the terminal through there, all the fuel depot stuff. So I'm around about 50 minutes or so to the end. Had a good walk. I think the weather's picking up again. It's going to start raining before I finish. And I did convince my wife to come out and pick me up. But I do remember I said I was going to walk past Fred Perry's house, but I forgot. So we'll pick that up next time. We'll catch you soon. It's got a bit wet, but we're alright. It's only a bit of water. Whew. Almost at the end. About a mile and a quarter or so left. I'm hoping my wife's going to be late so I can get to the pub for a quick pint. That's what's keeping me going at the minute. Okay, on the last tiny little pass now, just up the side of this house, into a field, and then we're at the end. So I'll pick you back up in a few moments. Well, it's a little bit tight, this ending here. I can just see the road up ahead, which marks the end of the walk. But this isn't great. This is a disappointing end, to be fair. Could do with a bit of a trim. But anyway, that's it. Probably. Let's have a look. How many miles? You have to bear with while I just do a bit of a twiggy on my phone. 13.45 miles so far. I'm literally just at the end in here. It's been a really pleasant walk, to be fair. Signposting has been okay, not excellent. I've had a couple of mishaps, and the paths have all been really good. Literally, this is the worst bit of the path, really. It's very, very poor, shall we say. And there we go. There we go, folks. That is the very end of the Fred Perry Way. So yes, I've completed it. I've had a really good time, and I'm hoping now that this could well be my wifey wife. It's not. So I'm going to give her a ring, see where she is, post a video up later on, and hopefully you're all going to enjoy that. But yeah, Fred Perry Way, down to the end. Thank you.